Good evening, everybody. The National Assembly is still sitting. I just spoke to the chairperson now. They left with one speaker. Once the House is done, the most of the members will log into the meeting. Thank you for your patience.
Sakhile ehlisa isandla umhlangano wakaqali.
Chairperson, Tawel. Lekwa. Our Sasui.
How have you been?
In the Kachabale Nekile, go Dr. Fella, go check a fellow. Name for injection in a bar. But like I wish you
Oh, let's end it there. Oh, you can look at
yeah. All right.
Sharp, sharp.
Show
Okay,
my
Mom.
leader.
So,
Show my leader.
good to have you. If you are here, we are fine. I'm just waiting for the members to log in. The house is just adjourned. Apologies, the colleagues have already sent the message. We'll start in the next 5 minutes. No? We need some comfort to make some of us. It's okay. Sorry about that. I can see Brink is here, though he has tendered an apology. He's gonna leave the meeting. He's traveling to Cape Town. And for tomorrow sitting, Honorable Groenevad, you are here. Honorable Shaw, you greeted me. I should thank the Honorable Groenevad. Yes, you got him. Thank you. I'm waiting for the colleagues from the EFF and some ANC colleagues, and I can't see Princess. If she's here, she'll let me know. Also, yes. And then the other colleagues, Honorable Speech, she's not yet here. So allow me my 5 minutes, then we'll start. Thank you, colleagues. MEC, our apologies. We had your mishap in the morning. We're glad you are here. Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you.
Ukhawuleza wabuya Sihlan.
Get into the meeting, you start your manga business. I honestly give up. The eagle has landed. Honorable Musa has arrived.
Oh.
Welcome. I was waiting for you to log in. And the other colleagues. I said we're gonna start at 25 past.
Okay, Chair.
Don't disappear again.
No, I won't.
Sure.
Oh.
Hi, Chairperson.
Oh, you are in. So I was waiting for you
Innocent,
to
I think we have. No, we have a load shedding here.
Yes, we won't see a picture
I
of you.
am
Your phone can connect.
Hello.
Uh,
Hey, we have a load shedding, my chairperson here.
I need to
Sometimes.
start, ne? The colleagues.
Okay.
Ma'am Keys, let's start. Let's
Okay,
start. I said 25 plus. The colleagues, the MEC and the colleagues from the 3 municipalities, they've been waiting for us since 7. It's 25 past in my watch. But I earlier asked Shirin that it's a 3-line whip. There's no ways that we can leave the house in a 3-line whip. And our whip also was a duty whip as well. So she had to be there, and ourselves, I think we need to show responsibility. So welcome, colleagues. I just want to confirm that we are all here so that we can then start our meeting. As I've indicated earlier, I have an apology of the Honorable Brink. He's traveling to Cape Town, but he's still in our midst. The time he disappears, then you must all know that he has got his plane. Then he's gonna leave us then.
Sorry, Chairperson.
Yes.
Chairperson, my apology pertains to tomorrow morning.
Oh,
when I'm flying.
not for now.
Not this evening. Tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening, ne?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You are here now. Thanks for clarifying. Thank you. And the apology that I have now is for the minister. I've pleaded with all of you in the morning that you need to come back. MEC, what we did in the morning, let me just welcome you and also brief you what happened in the morning, MEC. Like I said earlier in the morning, we accepted your apology due to that unfortunate situation. I hope your son is better now. We want to welcome you with the entire delegation and also to always appreciate you whenever we call meetings of this nature. You avail yourself. In terms of tonight's agenda, we are first going to resume where we left with Governbeki local municipality this morning. We will then proceed to consider the progress reports on the state of Dr. J.S. Moroka and Lekwa municipality following the committee's interaction with the 2 municipalities on the 4th of September 2020. Just to recap and for your benefit, colleagues, and to refresh the MEC's memory on what did we encounter on the 4th of September 2020. At the time of our interaction with Dr. J.S. Moroka, the municipality had recently undergone a constitutional intervention in terms of section 139(1)(b). This intervention lasted for 6 months between January and July 2020. We met Dr. J.S. Moroka post the intervention period, and the municipality still showed no improvement. Subsequent to that meeting, Parliament received a close-up report of that intervention. The report makes for a disturbing reading as it catalogs a long list of critical matters which remain outstanding following the termination of the intervention. These matters relate to the non-verification of Section 71 publication, quality production of annual financial statements, filing of critical posts, in-house capacity development, development of a revenue collection strategy, implementation of a procurement plan, establishment of a policy review committee, asset register and verification, time years, reporting to treasuries, and vetting of the BTO officials. I'm just mentioning a few, it's a whole lot of it. If these important issues for all of us here remain unresolved, it is difficult to be convinced that the intervention was a success, MEC, and we want to challenge you to that respect. In the case of Lekwa, the concern was around the slow pace and impact of the constitutional interventions into the municipalities. The state of the municipality seemed to be getting worse, with disclaimed annual financial statements and no functioning of the MPEC to investigate the UIFW in respect of the 2018-19 financial year. We therefore then consequently instructed the leadership of the two municipalities to go back and address the issues was raised and come back and report. Today, we are following up on the commitments of the meeting of the 4th of September 2020. We appeal that the presenters should refrain from repeating the information since the information was presented previously. We want to know what has happened since our interactions with you since the 4th of September 2020. With these few words, I want to welcome you, MEC, and your entire delegation. The members who are present here for the purpose of my record before I start with the meeting. Welcome back, also DG. I see you are back. We also want to welcome the manager, Dr. Tulisi Letwalo. She's designated to assist us and support us in our workers committee. I see she's in our midst. Then I will confirm the presence of Honorable Spies, Honorable Brink, Honorable Klo, Honorable Kheza, Honorable Khurnevat, Honorable Gigi Mpumza, Honorable Kaban Chava, Honorable Direko. Yes. Did I miss Honorable Hadeb? Who is just not here? Yes, he's not yet here. Okay. So when we adjourned during the day, colleagues, there were those who still wanted to make follow-ups. Can allow you to do that within and responses within the next 28 minutes. But if it's gonna be less, it works better for us. Yeah. Can I see whoever wants to make follow-ups? Colleagues? You're still recharging, or can I allow the MEC to present? Oh, Cesar, I wanted to say maybe I'll allow the MEC to, oh, you are here.
Yes,
because
I'm here.
I know you've just moved from one meeting to another. Some of you might be still looking for your notes.
Yes,
Cesar,
yes.
you can start. Yes.
Oh, okay, Chairperson. No, thank you very much for the opportunity. It's just one particular matter on that supply chain management that I asked the mayor on, Chairperson. Can we then be furnished as the committee with the details of how many meetings were held by the MPEC together with the supply chain management and the attendance registers? If the mayor has those at his disposal, can he then send them to the committee secretary? That's one, Chair. Two, what are the measures that have been taken by the municipal manager, or acting at least, in ensuring that the resolutions of the council are monitored and reported, and what system is used in the current state as things stand in that municipality? can the current tracking system for the monitoring of the council resolution be still used? If so, what are the relevant details? If not, what is the standard operating procedure that has been established for tracking of council resolutions? Those are the two that I wanted to follow up on, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Can the colleagues attempt to respond to the issues as raised? I'll be checking on my, oh, no, before that, I see hands, yes. There's Honorable Brink, Honorable Spies, yes, in that order.
Thank you, Chairperson. I'm not sure if we've moved on from this. You must forgive me, it's been quite a long day. But I just have a question following the Govan Beki meeting this afternoon, and that is specifically whether the municipality can confirm whether any of the employees, the municipal employees, owe outstanding property rates and service charges to the municipality. How many officials owe such outstanding debt? What is the amount of the debt, and just an indication of the age of that debt? So, you know, the purpose of the question is to determine, in the context of a municipality that struggles to get consumers to pay for services, whether officials are paying their dues. And then, Chairperson, I just quickly want to say, following again from this afternoon's meeting, I know the Minister is not here. Perhaps COGTA officials are here. I don't want to respond to everything the Minister said, save to respond to comments on the non-intervention in terms of Section 139, subsection 7 of the Constitution by national government directly in the dysfunctional Govan Beki municipality. And the simple point is that there is a provision that I've just quoted in the Constitution that gives the national government the responsibility and the power to act in the place of the province when the province, don't intervene in a dysfunctional municipality. So to simply say that no, government doesn't want to invoke it because there isn't yet a interventions bill that has been passed, I'm sorry, that does not cut it. It seems that preemptively national government just refuses to act because they anticipate that the province will not or will object to this, even without, in this instance, province actually objecting. In fact, province sat on its hands in intervening in Govan and Beki, as is evident from what was said this morning. So one question, Chairperson, in relation to the officials, and then just a general comment in response to what the Minister said. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Brink. Can I hand over to Honorable Spies?
Thank you, Chairperson. Mine is one question. I'm just trying to, my stuff is scattered all around, so I'm trying to see whether I've maybe lost something.
I know the adrenaline rush. Sorry.
So I just,
this is what happens.
yeah, and we have been overwhelmed with a lot of information in the past few hours. So we're reading, and I want to know, and if I've missed it, my humble apologies. I want to know the report 106 have been mentioned in a few instances in case of a government Beki. I want to know, has that report been implemented and if it's not been implemented, what is the delay? Thank you, Madam Chair.
The MEC will take you through that one and will allow him to do so bearing in mind MEC Msibi, Honorable Spears has just joined us. So you will grant her the indulgence and also explain what happened so that she's at par with us. I think those are the hands that I saw. And then Councillor Matlangu wanted to respond. I suppose his hand was up, but now is back again. Let me hand over to the mayor as we have done during the day. Executive Mayor Zuma. Then you will delegate which questions should be answered. Then once you are done, then the MEC will come in. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Chair, and let me welcome you back because I was here first on a lighter note. Honorable Chairperson, thank you very much, and also welcoming our MEC to the meeting, and all those that are joining us. I see that there are other municipalities that have joined us. Let's welcome them. Honorable Chair of the session, Honorable Keza is raising an issue on the issue of supply chain visiting the MPEC, which was an earlier matter that was raised, and therefore we can indeed confirm that we can be in a position to avail the minutes, which he is requesting. If we can be finished with the details of the secretariat of the committee, we will then be able to send through those particular minutes. Secondly, in terms of the implementation of council resolutions, council receives from the municipal manager an update in terms of implementation of council resolutions on quarterly basis. We have just received for the second quarter, which was approved by council in the previous council sitting. So those resolutions, council itself is able to monitor whether the administration is implementing or not. So that particular information is available, and council itself is monitoring the implementation by the administration. With regards to Honorable Brink, on issues of employees that are owing the municipality, yes, there are employees that are owing the municipalities or the municipality. And already the municipal manager had been instructed to start activating systems that are in place to ensure that all employees are paying the municipality. So those that will be found owing exorbitant amounts are then put through a program of an arrangement where we are making a deduction on monthly basis, so as we are able to recover all the areas from that specific employee. Chair, with regards to the question that is being raised by Honorable Spies, I think that we are the relevant in the sphere to respond on the implementation, because it is not the department that is supposed to deal with issues of implementation of Section 106, but the municipal council itself. In the earlier session, I had given a briefing to say that yes, indeed, we are implementing the recommendations of Section 106, and a number of officials were indicated through the report as to have been charged and currently attending disciplinary processes with regards to Section 106. We had also indicated that there are certain companies that have taken the process to court for a review, and that particular process is currently pending. It's set on the 11th of December, and court resolved to hear the matter, and we are still awaiting the date that the court is going to give us to hear the matter on the review of those specific businesses that are doing business with the municipality. With regards to administrative processes where loopholes were picked up by the investigation through the Section 106, we did indicate that we are currently busy with skills audit, and we did indicate that we are awaiting the adjustment budget so as we can filter in a budget to do an assessment of all the qualifications, which is a vetting process that should be done externally so that we can be able to understand what all employees of Governing Bheki Municipality possess as a qualification, so as we can be able to give clear indication of our status as the municipality. I think those were the questions that were raised there, Honorable Chair, and thank you very much.
Thank you. So, is your hand still up, Honorable? No. You want to make a follow-up, Honorable Smith, before the MEC can respond? Okay, yes, a follow-up, Executive Mayor. Okay, proceed.
Chairperson, just one thing for the Executive Mayor. I understand now it's clear that in terms of the officials that the Section 106 report was implemented. But if I'm correct, there were also political office bearers implicated in that report. The former Executive Mayor, if I'm correct. But is it correct that the former Executive Mayor is now the MMC for planning?
Pumza, mute your microphone. We can hear you heavy. Honorable Pumza, thank you. Clarity seeking question, Executive Mayor, the other part, the MEC can also deal with it. Executive Mayor, deal with the other parts, then we'll leave the other one to the MEC.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Chair, and welcoming the question from Honorable Spies. The constitution of the country is very clear on the matter that you are innocent until proven guilty, and we could not therefore infringe on the rights of an individual member whom has not been proven guilty. There are allegations and there are processes that are currently unfolding. The member has been submitted with a letter to clarify herself, and responses have been given to the Speaker. And part of the issues that are subjected to the review by the businesses involve members which are in the political office. Thank you very much.
Then, MEC Siri.
Thank you very much, Chair, for the
Can you just do us a favor for our new members? We've got new members in this portfolio committee. Some might not know your face.
On my face.
Yes. And we
That's
haven't
fine.
seen you this year. Did we?
No, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, sure. With the issues around the officials implicated on the Section 106 report on this municipality, whether you've been satisfied that all the matters has been attended to, as the Executive Mayor has said, that was your report. Yes.
Yes, no, thanks.
Sure.
Thank you. First and foremost, Chair, let me greet you and the entire honorable members of the Portfolio Committee, the executive mayors and all participants. My apology, we log in the morning, we're part of the meeting. Then at the school, I was called that I've got a child who's asthmatic, who's doing grade 11. He collapsed at the school. And we sent the doctor said, I am required agent. But as I speak, the child is still at hospital, he's recovering well. I'm one person who respects committees of the state, and I wouldn't go on without apologizing. I wanted just to clarify that first part. Secondly,
MEC.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
raised the apology in the morning, it was accepted. That's why I even said, I'm glad you are back.
No,
Your
thanks.
commitment, because we don't even know what is the condition of your child. Maybe you didn't hear me properly when I said
Oh,
it.
no, thanks.
That was my opening remarks to welcome you. We got your apology, it was accepted. It was an emergency, unavoidable. Like you're saying now, I'm even shocked to hear that you are back, whereas the child is still in hospital. That's the level of your commitment. We always, that's why I said, we always appreciate you being available for the committee.
No, thanks, ma'am. On the 106 report, to be precisely to Honorable Spice, we as you know,
No spice.
Chairperson, please.
Peace.
oh, please, not thanks. I'm
No
sorry.
spices here, man.
No, I'm sorry. I call it, I'm from a Swazi area, so I call him Swazi. Sorry.
No, I did the same. I did the same, MEC.
Thank you so much.
Sure,
We
sorry
got,
about that.
yes, we got the action plan from the municipality. All the municipalities, including Covenant, on how are they going to implement. And they are submitting report to us every month. And the last month for us to do an assessment is the end of March, because it must be 3 months so that we satisfied ourselves, cabinet, the portfolio committee, and the minister. Now what is happening? They are doing what they're supposed to be done in terms of the law. As the mayor said, writing to whosoever is implicated. And when they are done with their part in 3 months' time, they give us a comprehensive report. We then come in and said, no, we're not happy about this. This one was supposed to be referred to the Hawks. It has not been reported. We are referring it to the Hawks ourselves. This one was supposed to be referred to SIU. I'm just making an example. We have not done that in 3 months. We're doing it ourselves. For now, it is their time and turn to process the action plan that they've submitted to us. And up until such time, the end of March arrives, that's where we'll come back and consolidate and give a report to the portfolio committee and the minister and cabinet. Thanks.
Okay. So that's it. I think that addresses your concerns, Honorable Spice. Then we'll continue to interact. But we have made it our business that every quarter, whoever appeared before us will have to do the follow-up progress report like you've seen. I said we met with the other 2 municipalities in September. They are back. Can we then proceed to the next reports? I think this report is being done by yourself, MEC, or what has been the arrangement? The municipality themselves will report on the progress, then you will comment. We do it that way? Shirin? Shirin? Yeah, we can.
Chairperson.
Assist us.
The report was to be done by the departments.
Okay.
Now, Lekwa is present. They also do have a report. Yeah, it's only Lekwa that's present that has a report.
Yes, Moroka is not.
No, but the idea was
and
that
yes, Moroka is our problem child. We'll finally do oversight there. It's a matter of agency. Okay, it's fine then. If that is the case, I'll allow the MEC to be the leader. Salga does have something. I've seen Councillor Chira is here. And then who else is provincial treasury here? If not, then it will be Copter. And then we'll then interact with the progress. Sure. Proceed, MEC.
Just before the MEC, Honorable Chair, do we remain as Covenant Peggy?
Are you not part of the administration? If I were you, I would stay, because you have your own problems. Out of this exercise, when we call you better, you'll be better persons. I don't know, but It's up to you.
We will remain, Chair.
I think you've got your MEC to support. He's here. Okay, proceed. Proceed, MEC.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, for the opportunity. Let me hasten to say that we are going to give the overview, and then the Chief Director of Municipal Support will give detailed account on the matters. But as you recall that previously when we met, we are correctly putting it that Dr. Charles Moroka, it's a municipality which is still engulfed by problems. I'll start about Dr. Charles Moroka. Currently, the major problem of Dr. Charles Moroka is the issue of water currently. There's a dam that was supplying Dr. Charles Moroka for many years called the Mkombo Dam. That dam has run dry. If rain comes, like now in Mpumalanga, we're engulfed by a lot of rain, tropical storm, the mud in the dam absorbed the entire water. The challenge we're facing is a budget, a matter which we have since elevated to the Minister of Cooperative and the Minister of Human Settlement, Water and Sanitation to quickly intervene because it's a long matter. So you've got a situation whereby people of Moroka are still receiving water through water tankers, something which is a bit of inhuman because of that particular problem. But over and above that, Moroka still also face the similar problem that is faced by Governor Mpegi. Is still with Moroka. Remember, Moroka was still with 106. So same apply with them. They are busy with the action plan. They've written letters to the alleged people that has been found by the report. And at the end of March again, they will submit a consolidated report so that we'll make a determination as a province whether they've done right or wrong. Whereas with Moroka, whereas with Moroka is that in the report, there are, as we have indicated previous, there are clearing painful things where, for example, in around 2016, there was a drought in that municipality and the national government popped out 18 million as a drought relief fund in that particular municipality. Instead of the budget being utilized to address such a challenge, you found that councillors, in particular, to be specific, a member of mayoral committee was found wanting because the investigators pointed to us, and it is in the report, that that member installed a borehole in his own house. And during the investigation process, because we gave them term of reference that they must investigate all individuals, that member lied to the investigation team that there's no borehole in his house. What it did, it get a lorry truck full with sand and covered the borehole. And the investigation team was able to unearth that. So today we're speaking with the executive mayor. We said it's fine, even if you've got an action plan that will cover, that will come to an end of March, but there are immediate things. Our view, Chair, is that the borehole has been found and the money for the institution was utilized to an individual who was elected to represent the wish of the people and the aspiration of our people. We said to the council, for that specific matter, they must act now. The other challenge facing that municipality is the issue of the assessment of their finances. Remember, on the previous years, 18, 19, 20, they were not being audited, their books, because there were a lot of fights, if you recall, during that time when we were called in Parliament with the then municipal manager who has since been dismissed. So the AG has not been able to perform its task because of the violence. It's only now that the AG has come in. I'm sure the Chief Director will be able to cover that. There's also a critical matter there, Honorable Chair and members. Part of the finding was that there are 45 employees who were employed outside the organogram. And one of the charges that we charged the MM with was that he has implemented an organogram that has not been adopted by council, subsequently submitted to Cooperative. And that has been proven to be right. And we want to commend the municipality because they've since written letters, they've since assigned that matter to a court, and a court has written letters to all the 45 employees who were employed wrongly. And the due date was the 15th of December, which was yesterday, for them to respond to the court of law.
December, it should be 15th of February, not December. Ne?
Yeah, it's 15th February. I'm sorry. 15th February. The letter was written in December to the court. And in January, they were given letters, all the 45. And the 15th of February, which was yesterday, was a cutoff date or a due date for them to respond to the court why they should not be dismissed. So in terms of implementing the findings, they are doing that, but we have raised a concern that it seems as if where politicians are also identified, they are moving slowly, but if it is official, they're moving faster. So we said that should March come without them having acted, we will be able to do that. Because part of the report, we have also told them, the report pointed out that some matters should be referred to Hawks. And we said today to them, when we met to them, we said, no, look, this is an immediate matter. You have to report the matter, because if you don't report the matter in March, the person responsible to report will have created a serious indictment for himself or herself if he doesn't do that. So quite certainly they are still engulfed in terms of performance of their MIC. They are still not performing to the par. You will get that to the report. And the term of office of the administrator came to an end. And cabinet, because the problem, the municipal manager was dismissed. We don't have an MM. The CFO, because of the VBS saga, the matter of the CFO is in court. It was concluded late last year. And the municipality does not have a municipal manager, doesn't have a CFO. So we seconded the CFO as a province to the municipality in terms of section 154, subsection 3, and section 155, schedule 6. We seconded a CFO from our office, and we're paying the CFO to assist them. On the issue of the municipal manager, there was a view, we have written to the minister and to the portfolio committee and COP, there was a view that they should recruit at least by March. And in the process, we requested that, we wrote it during December, that we request an extension of the administrator so that at least by the end of March, when they have appointed, we'll have closed that gap. And I have seen since that they've advertised, if I'm correct, for the post of the municipal manager. And also what happened, there's a new mayor there. The councillor was a speaker, is a mayor because the mayor resigned. I must brief these honorable members of the portfolio committee that the allegations against the honorable executive mayor here was the misuse and abuse of the fleet petrol card of the municipality. That you will attend January 8th of the ANC using the card and whatnot and so forth. That at times you will pour petrol twice a day. You will pour petrol at 8 o'clock, full tank in Nespresso, and around 2 a.m. you will pour petrol in Limpopo. So, and that allegation was found to be true. So again, we said to the municipality, you have to act because money that has been spent for the petrol, the findings by the recommendations by the investigation team said that they must subject the councillor to councillor code of conduct. But what happened? The executive mayor immediately resigned. And there's a new leadership there. The mayor was a speaker and the speaker was an ordinary councillor, and the chief whip remained intact as the previous chief whip.
And so, where's the mayor that have resigned now?
Is at home.
Oh, it's not in any district, municipality, or whatever. He resigned.
He resigned and went to stay home.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Proceed.
So thank you. So I wanted to put an overall synopsis of the situation, and then request that the chief director responsible of the municipality, just today, Honorable Chair, at around 2, I was requested by SAFM that I must be on air because they are speaking about the choice Moroka. The mayor was there. There were some members of the community who defined themselves as community reps. All the issues and the questions that you are raising here, this is what the municipality has raised. And the members of the community said to us, we're waiting that at the end of March, you must come back and address us through media platforms, MEC, on whether are you satisfied, because they are saying they are smelling a rat in terms of the implementation. But these are not going to engage on allegations. We'll await substantially submissions by the institution and we'll take it from that particular point. So, Chair, in the long and short of my presentation, this is what I wanted to present and request that we allow the Chief Director to present. But the administrator is not of an effective person in relation to what we thought he would do. Remember, Chair, if just we can take you back a bit. When the administrator finished, when the intervention finished at around in June, we are, in terms of the law, we're supposed to get what we call the closeout report. The administrator could not be found for almost 3 to 4 months. And then upon asking—
Employee of the department.
Yes, we could not find him.
Was he not the employee of the department?
No, he was the employee. And and then we discovered that he was affected by COVID.
Oh.
But the only difficulty is that he was affected by COVID. We've got records and everything, because we thought that why this man he was moving from one hospital to the other hospital, and we found that evidence to that effect. But nobody could have informed us, because when he knocked off at work, he went home and he was confronted by COVID, taken to hospital, and no one gave— the municipality had no information, we had no information. And then that's why the closeout report had to come to the cabinet in October. Hence the development of requesting the 3 months to fill up the post of the municipal manager. Thanks, Chair. With your indulgence, I request that we allow the Chief Director a municipal support to just summarize on what we have laid as a base. Thank you.
The Chief Director Municipal Support is Mr. Kunene.
Yes, Mr. Kunen.
See, okay, proceed, Mr. Kunen.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson, Honorable
Can
members.
we see you? Can we see your face first? So that we can see.
Okay.
Otherwise, we might be talking to a ghost. There you go. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Switch off if you want to.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair and Honorable members, MEC, HOD, and colleagues. I think I will start with Lekwa, a presentation first with Lekwa, and then we'll take the Dr. JS presentation, if you so permit, Chair.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly just
We'll
try and
just
share.
note the report for JS Moroka, but we'll have to call JS Moroka to come back to us. So what we do during discussion, present it so that we know the status quo, so that will help us decide a way forward. But then we'll deal in particular with the Lekwa report. The members are tired this one. It's okay. Yes,
Thank
the
you very much.
presentation is on the screen. Sure.
I will start and I will quickly move on to the issues. I'll start with the executive summary, Chair. This is information that we have already shared with the members, but I think what is important and what is of concern to us is the vacancies of the Chief Financial Officer, which still remains vacant since October 2017, and also the vacancy of the Director Technical Services and Director Community Services. These are the key vacant positions in the municipality. However, I must indicate, Chairperson, that with effect from last week, if I'm not mistaken, they have appointed the CFO. So it means that the MM posts, the CFO, and the Director Development Planning posts are the posts that have been filled by the municipality. Honorable Chair, in terms of the next slide on the issue of the executive summary, I think what we wanted to talk to is the issue of the invocation of Section 139(1)(b) of the Constitution. Indeed, we had reported earlier on when we first presented to the committee that the Executive Council had taken a decision to invoke Section 139(1)(b) in Lekwa local municipality. But of importance, Chair, is that we then wrote to the Minister seeking concurrence on the matter. And we also then received the letter from the Minister, and the Minister in her response gave us 2 options, Honorable Chair. And I think I'll just jump that slide and go to slide number 6, yes. The minister gave us two options in terms of continuing on with the intervention. We received that response on the 9th of September. She gave us an option that if we wanted to continue with the section 139(1)B, we should be able to provide additional motivation, or based on the serious challenges affecting the functionality of the municipality, the Provincial Executive Council should consider escalating the intervention to section 139(5)B of the Constitution, read with section 146(3)A of the MFMA, which provides that Provincial Executive Council must intervene in terms of section 139(5)B of the Constitution by dissolving the Council of the Municipality. However, the department was of the view that indeed we should proceed with the intervention in terms of section 139(1)B of the Constitution, which we felt would be best for the municipality. Honorable Chair, this is just an indication of how the municipality is functioning in terms of basic services. I will not spend a lot of time here. Suffice to indicate that there continues to be serious problems of water effluent discharge impacting on water resources in the municipality, and also that there continues to be challenges of the water treatment plant infrastructure that is not working optimally, and the design capacity no longer meeting the demand of the community, as well as issues of aging infrastructure, which is not in tandem with the increase of the growth of the population in the municipality. I've already spoken to the issues of the sewer spillages there. I think what is important, Chair, is to indicate that we've also received a letter from the South African Human Rights Commission, who have also investigated the situation in the municipality. And indeed, they've also concurred with us that we do need to invoke section 139(1)B in the municipality, because there is little or no hope of recovery in the municipality now. Honorable Chair, around the issues of financial management, I think what we want to raise, Honorable Chair, here is that the debtors continue to grow in the municipality, which is a matter of great concern. The issues of distribution losses are also a great concern, as well as the escalating ESCOM debt in the municipality. These are all issues that show that the financial viability of the municipality is not so strong, and indeed it would be difficult for it to be able to meet its financial obligations now. We've also seen a regression in the audit outcomes of the municipality now, because they had received an unqualified audit outcome between 2013-14 to 2016-17. However, this regressed in 2017-18 and to a qualified audit outcome. And in the last audit, they received a disclaimer. The municipality, Chair, is also placed under intervention in terms of 139, one of the MFMA. This was done in July 2018, and the implementation of the recovery plan has not been as fast as we would have wanted it to be as a province now. This is an overview, Chair, of how far we've gone on the issues of the financial recovery plan. Indeed, you would be able to see that of the number of activities, for example, if you look at strategy 1, strengthening administration, governance and internal controls, we had about 45 activities and only 10 are complete, 13 are near complete and 18 are in progress. Under strategy number 2, we had 38 activities, only 5 have been completed, 11 are near complete. Strategy 3, we had 26, only 18 have been complete, 5 are near complete. Strategy 4, revenue management enhancement, with 47, only 7 have been complete, 4 are near complete. Strategy 5, improving financial planning and budgeting, with 38 and only 10 have been complete. That's about 24 that are still in progress now. Under strategy 6, service delivery and infrastructure management, with 52, only 4 have been complete and 2 are near complete. Honorable Chair, out of the total of 246 activities, only 54 have been complete. So it is an indication that the municipality has been very slow in terms of implementing the financial recovery plan. Honorable Chair, this is just a slide that shows how the bank balance has been from January 2020 to December 2020. You will be able to see, Chair, that the debtors have also have increased by over 73 million. The creditors, excluding Eskom, have also increased by about 27 million. But of most concern, as I indicated earlier on, Chair, is the Eskom debt, which has increased by about 218 million. There's also been an increase around the water account. There's also been an increase around sanitation. So in total, Honorable Chair, it shows you that the financial situation of the municipality is not good as we speak. Again, under financial overview, it shows you that the municipality is operating under a loss in as far as electricity is concerned. You'll be able to see that they are actually spending more to buy electricity and are only able to collect less. Therefore, it indicates that they will not be able to meet the obligations that they have as far as the Eskom account is concerned. Under governance, Chair, we're only indicating that there are still challenges in terms of the functionality of the oversight committees. Also, Council is still struggling to have effective meetings, despite the changes, despite the fact that indeed they did reconstitute a troika after the election of the mayor and the speaker on the 5th of June, but there are still challenges in as far as the issues are concerned around the oversight committees of the municipality. We've also requested them to develop an action plan for the Section 106(1)B report, which was tabled to the municipality. To date, the municipality is still struggling to finalize its action plan to respond to the findings of the Section 106(B) investigation report. As a department, we have met with the municipality, and together we've agreed on how the action plan should be developed, and we're waiting for the municipality to be able to submit a revised action plan, Honorable Chair. In terms of the functionality under building capable institutions, I've indicated, Chair, that we're concerned that the Director Corporate Services, Director Technical Services, and Director Community Services management positions are vacant, especially the Director Corporate Services, which has been vacant since January 2019. We are aware that the municipality has advertised, they've held interviews for the Director Corporate Services. I think they're in the process of finalizing the recruitment process there. We're also aware that the municipality has held interviews, has started the recruitment for the Director Community Services. If I'm not mistaken, these interviews should be taking place tomorrow to try and fill the vacant position of the Director Community Services. However, the vacancy rate of the senior management positions is of great concern to the department. Honorable Chair, this indicates some of the support that we've provided as provincial government, be it COGTA and provincial treasury, as well as MISA. I will not go into each of the slides, into each of the issues, except to say that we have provided support on the MIG project. However, there has been an underspending in 2016-17 where they spent less there. And by end of September, they spent 2.4% of the allocation of 28.6 million, which is also an issue that is of concern. We've supported the municipality with the review of the spatial development framework and land use scheme. We've also supported the municipality on the recruitment of its Section 56 managers. However, some of these processes don't get finalized by the municipalities. We go through the recruitment process, we attend interviews, and then the process just stalls and is not completed. Provincial Treasury has also provided hands-on support to the municipality. They've deployed a financial advisor to Lekwa for until 2022. And also under budget, they've assessed the draft budget as well as the mid-year budget performance. Recommendations were made to correct the credibility, relevance, and sustainability. SOPs were developed and training provided in the areas of revenue management, expenditure management, contract management, SCM, and asset management. Again, also support was provided around issues of revenue where training was conducted, and also on the AFS disclosures, training was provided on accounting standards and then the preparation of the AFSs. Asset management training again was provided by Provincial Treasury, and SCM training again was provided, including bid committees, operations, as well as support with contract management, as well as contract registers. On governance, the MPECs were trained and provided guidance on establishment of disciplinary board, risk identification and assessment, as well as issues of strategic ICTA, fraud risk, and attend and evaluate risk management committee meetings. The district has also been providing support to Lekwa local municipality. They've seconded a senior manager to assist there on technical services as the post of the director technical services is vacant. They've also appointed service providers to deliver water using water tankers. They've deployed their water tanker. They've also assisted in the rehabilitation of roads and also constructed 6 hand pumps, boreholes to assist in the issue of water shortages, has also appointed a service provider for the upgrading of the sewer reticulation at Rooikoppen using WSIG funds and funding from the DWS. This is the support that has been provided by Department of Water and Sanitation and the Department of Human Settlements to deal with the issue of sewer spillages. We must indicate here that the Department of Human Settlements embarked on a project in Standerton Extension 8 to construct 2 newer sewer pump stations. Furthermore, in addressing spillages within the municipal areas of jurisdiction, the Department of Water and Sanitation has set aside an amount of 80 million through the WSIG over 2 financial years to address sewer network spillages in Rooikoppen. MISA has also provided support, Honorable Chair, where they conducted a detailed infrastructure assessment which includes town development planning, issues resulting in the development of technical support planning to resolve the municipal infrastructure challenges, as well as that MISA has deployed a professional technical team that includes a civil engineer, electrical engineer, and the town planner. The team has been actively involved in the past 3 years to provide technical advice on infrastructure, town planning, and capacity building in the municipality. Honorable Chair, following the guidance that was given by the Minister, as I indicated earlier on, we have made a submission to the Executive Council again. In that submission that we've made to the Executive Council, we have implored the Executive Council that our view is that we should continue with the intervention in terms of Section 139(1)(b) of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, and we are still awaiting a final decision from the Executive Council on this matter. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. That brings me to the end on Lekwa. Maybe Chair, with your permission, I can.
Can we share JS Moroka?
Okay,
because
Chair.
You can do it later, depending on, so that we'll focus on Lekwa they are here.
Thank you, Chair.
Can I hand over to, from now onwards, I've been informed that you are live on Parliament Channel 8, also on the Parliament Facebook and Twitter accounts. Whoever will be speaking, if you are not sharing your presentation, you must put your video indefinitely. Agreed, colleagues? Yes. Salga, are you ready?
Yes, Chair, we are ready.
On your camera on, please. Yes, proceed.
That's not very much clear. Greetings to yourself, all honorable members, including the MEC, all the leadership. I'm going to highlight a brief work that Salga has been doing in the intervening period. I don't know if I do have a presentation loaded, but I do have it also on my email, which I would gladly like to read on it, if I'm allowed.
No, don't stress.
Honorable Chair.
They are busy, wait. They are busy sharing it. Can we quickly share the presentation, colleagues? Did you arrange with your staff, Shirin? You're gonna do it for him? You can be speaking in the meantime, Councillor Shira, then I will let you know once the presentation is, so that I tell you which slide must you proceed on. You can be introducing.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Just to save time. Sure.
Yes, thank you very much, Chair. Only Honorable Chair and honorable members, as South African Local Government Association in Mpumalanga, we have conducted continuous support in conducting disciplinary hearing. We have conducted one since the intervening period, and which is also pending. Salga is continuing to assist through the provisioning of the sharing of these presiding services of this disciplinary hearing. Also, we have also enforced our work with the municipality of Lekwa of performance management, which support was provided on the 29th of October 2020. We also had continuous provisioning of active advice on labor related matters and human resources, and thereby also participating, like COCTA is reporting, in the recruitment process of the Section 56 employees, albeit the challenges of lack of getting a suitable person qualifying. Also, in partnership with COCTA, we engaged the municipality on issues of ESCOM, which we thought we have assisted a lot on. That is all on Lekwa. On Dr. J.S. Moroka, we have conducted also performance management support on the 29th October 2020 through our administration. Also, we have continued to provide the advice on the labor relations and human resource. Honorable members, you can recall that as COCTA reported, there were a number of employees who were recruited over and above their organogram. So Salga has to come in handy to advise on how this matter has to be attended and addressed through the legislative framework that is available. Honorable Chair, briefly, that is what Salga has been doing in these two local municipalities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Shiro. Can I allow, I hope DG still stands. Sam was the leader, was supposed to be the one presenting. Still stands. DG?
Oh, good evening, Chairperson and honorable members.
DG William.
Good evening, Chairperson and honorable members.
We want to see you. Then you'll hear us saying, good evening, DG. We were waiting for that moment. Good evening, DG. Welcome back again.
No, good evening, Chairperson, and good evening to all the honorable members. The person that will be presenting for us today is Thomas Kolokoto, no longer Sam. Thanks so much, Chair.
Thomas, load your presentation and then present to us, please. Thank you. You can proceed. Thomas, your presentation is on the screen. You can proceed.
Thanks, Honorable Chairperson, and good evening, honorable members. Yeah, I think the presentation presented by the province, COCTA, and also Salga has captured a lot in terms of the areas that have been captured in our presentation. So I'll straight touch on the areas that I feel that needs to be emphasized. Chairperson, let me look at touch on the slide 9, which talks about the financial management, especially on the issue of MIG spending. This is the situation in terms of Lekwa's performance on MIG. The municipality was allocated 28 million, and then 10 million was transferred. And the expenditure as in December 2020, the municipality was able to spend 1.9 million. As a result, we can say it was 7% of the total allocation. So you could see that the municipality is not doing well in terms of the MIG performance. So what we have done as COCTA, and when I'm saying COCTA, I'm referring to us as national, together with MISA and the province. We have and continue supporting the municipality in terms of MIG projects. And based on the situation, poor performance of an MIG, an acceleration plan was developed to assist the municipality in ensuring that they improve on MIG spending. The Municipal Council also took a decision in November based on the poor performance to request MISA to strengthen their support in the municipality. And what we can report on, Chair, is that there is now an improvement. Appointment of service providers and contractors were finalized in December, and the project handover was carried out in January. And we are continuing to provide the support. And I believe that in the presentation of the municipality, they'll be able now to give us some updates in terms of where are they still at 7% or they have improved? I think they'll also touch on that. So these are the things that I wanted just to highlight on the issue of Lekwa. But I can also say, Chair, that yes, we know that Lekwa has been experiencing those political and administrative instability. But where we are sitting now, there's a bit of a level of stability here and there, unlike before. So there's hope that the municipality is actually going somewhere in terms of performance, in terms of improvement. We have noted what the MEC, the province, has said in terms of the recommendation by the minister, because of really, indeed, we're awaiting the response from the province as to how are they processing the recommendation. So we'll await a further update in terms of the provincial ESCO resolution. So that's basically what I wanted to touch on in terms of the Lekwa situation. Thanks, Chairperson and honorable members. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you remove the presentation? Can you do that, Thomas?
Thank you.
So we can allow members to. Is there any other party whom I omitted who was supposed to present? Seemingly none. There's no one from Provincial Treasury. And I think we'll write to the MEC because there was even no apologies. In the past, we were doing it so well. MEC, you will both come. I hope we'll have to understand what happened, and we believe when we interact with J.S. Moroka, the MEC for Treasury, will make sure that he also attends. We've never had issues with the Mpumalanga colleagues, which one would love to always appreciate, Honorable Musib. And then I think you will whisper to your colleagues' ears what we were saying. I will note Honorable Kaiser seem to be the coming to also, then you will be followed by Honorable Kurnevalt, and then you will be followed by Honorable Spears. Basistros is what is from Treasury. Who's Basistros?
From Provincial Treasury.
Oh, my apologies. Then let me suspend I suspected that I know the name. And he was trying to talk I think he has network problem. Bassy Strauss, are you ready to say something before I proceed noting the? Yes. Can I allow the colleague from Treasury to say something?
Good evening, Honorable Chair, honorable members. Yes, indeed, I'm Bassy Strauss from Provincial Treasury.
Yes, you are welcome. My apologies. I saw the name, but I didn't know where to locate. We are dealing with so many colleagues. My apologies. Okay, sure, proceed.
Honorable Chair, I think we were well covered. We gave our inputs through to our provincial COCTA, and we have done a joint presentation. The critical issues that I want to just emphasize, and that is our concern pertaining to the implementation of the financial recovery plan. Although we've placed a financial advisor in the municipality to improve the financial management in the institution, we will on a continuous basis provide our support so that we can ensure an improvement on the financial viability of the institution. I can just say that although it looked very negative when we look into the financial status of the municipality, indeed, we assisted the municipality, and the municipality have subsequently tabled and approved the funded budget through the adjustment budget process. Our other concern is, as also raised by National DCOC and COCTA, is the slow spending on the capital grants, specifically grant funding. And we want to encourage the municipality to implement acceleration plans that's been developed through the support of MISA. And I think, in short, that's my comments in this regard. I think we have been covered by COCTA in the presentation on the financial status of the institution. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. Strauss. We sincerely appreciate the progress on the matters. I had already noted Honorable Kaiser, Honorable Grunewald, Honorable. No. I'll see you. You either raise your hand or put your camera on. No more loud hearing. Ne? Okay. Then it's Honorable Spies, Honorable Kawanchava. Then let me see through the cameras the colleagues who want to speak. I've heard you, Honorable Fo. I think I'll do this gallery view and make sure. Yeah, seems. Yeah, I've noted all the hands that are on the participants icon that are up, including the one of Honorable. So, can I hand over to Honorable Kaiser to be the first one to raise issues?
No, thank you very much, Chairperson of the committee. Greetings to the MEC of COCTA in Mpumalanga, my colleagues in the committee, and other fellow colleagues in the municipalities. Chair, I'll start just on two concerns on Dr. J.S. Moroka. The MEC spoke to the 45 general workers that are currently on review. And if my ears were wide open, he will correct me if I'm wrong. He spoke of the court process that then was subsequent to those general workers being reviewed. And can the MEC provide us with dates of that court and what that court name is, and so that we can have a record of that? And secondly, Chair, it's 12 months of administration, Chair. We are not seeing any progress nor audit outcomes from the municipality in terms of the stability of the municipality. And you know very well, Chair, if you remember very well, I am the one that you said perhaps I should go to that municipality physically, and I did that. And the issues that I found there were appalling. People, as the MEC has rightfully put it, in Ward 30 in Loding, people are still having a problem in terms of the water. And this happened a long time ago, Chairperson, even at your level 5 lockdown period, right up until now, people are still struggling, and they are brought to their knees in terms of their dignity. And I do not know how much do we as Black people have to clamor on these issues, and how much of this Section 139 is supposed to have in terms of the time frame, Chairperson, so that we can realize the positives out of these things. Because we can't have 12 months of nothing. And then, Chairperson, we have an administrator who has been there from 2019 up to date. And the term here is the 17th of January, has come to an end. Who is in control in that municipality right now? What is happening in that municipality? Who's in control now? Why the perpetual state of Section 139B? Because we're going to be very, very suspicious, Chair, of these Section 139Bs that are not yielding much positive results. We are going to be very, very suspicious. And as you have called it in this committee, Chair, I think we should have a physical experience. I've had one. I think the colleagues really need to go to JS Moroka and witness these issues on their own, so that they understand how much we have to kneel down in a state of municipality that does not seem, in a sphere of government that does not seem to go anywhere in terms of its sustainability and its positive outcomes. Secondly, Chair, I want to move to Lekwa with speed. I want to ask again on the Section 106 report. I don't know who I'm asking, but I think that the COCTA can answer that. What is the outcome of an investigative process into the appointment of the great name number PTY, great same number, sorry, PTY LDT? Was it in line? Was its appointment in line with the supply with Section 32 of the supply chain management? If not, how did the process? How was the appointment done in terms of ensure? Because there was a letter that was signed by the MM without the municipal letterheads there. So we want to understand what is the consequence management for this particular act there. So a municipality that continuously struggle with revenue generation, a municipality that continuously struggle with debt collection policies, frequent meter reading, and the resultant payoff of creditors on time, despite the adoption of the implementation of financial recovery, is surely a municipality that needs an urgent intervention. And in this case of this municipality, I do think that urgent measures have to be taken to arrest the situation, because as I said earlier on, Chair, all the municipalities seem to have the same problem. I'm sitting here with a friend. He's even saying that they like this term aging infrastructure. It's almost like, why are they always talking about aging? And I'm asking myself, okay, aging infrastructure, what is the catch there on aging infrastructure? We have the same, almost similar problems, Chair, as that of Govinbeki, where an 11-year-old in Sakile Standerton body, we have a problem of unfinished projects in the municipality. We have a quarry between extension 6 and extension 8, where the Ngumalo family lost their child. What is the monitoring and evaluation and ex-post evaluation of a municipal project? Do the projects in the municipality follow the life cycle of a project? Who monitors on timeous basis what is the problem? How could a municipality pay of people that are not finished with their work? I'm wondering, Chair, what is happening. Then I read about on national, in terms of national treasury, the negative cash balance in 2015, 2016. You can see that the problems date back in the municipality. What is the current status of the cash balance of the municipality, and what is it? Is the intervention going to bring about positive results in terms of maintenance of, because basically a negative cash balance is a sign of a serious mismanagement. If you have mismanagement and overdraft and all those things, surely there's a hand of some political leaders who are taking away monies without a supply chain management process being followed. You can go to not JS Moroka, but to Makazeni to find out the 500,000 that was taken by the mayor there, and you'll find this case that is persistent. And I'm wondering, why is it that it's a pattern? What is the interest? What's going on? So those are the concerns, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Eza. Can I then ask Honorable Groenewald to take the floor? Honorable Groenewald.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, will you allow me to switch off my camera, please? I do have a bad connection. Okay, then I'm going to move forward, Chairperson. Chairperson, it looks like me and Honorable Keza is working at the same playbook. So let me ask the question, what controls has the municipality implemented to ensure that all accounts are paid within 30 days of receiving the invoices or statements? Has the municipality considered employing a consultant to perform a VAT review in order to determine that there is no amount owed by SAS to the municipality? That the municipality has unresolved, unauthorized, irregular, wasteful and fruitless expenditure of 1.8 billion incurred between 2012 and 2017. Has this been investigated and recommended made to council in accordance with section 32(1)(b) of the MFMA? Has the municipality investigated all cases relating to abuse of municipal supply chain management regulation 32s? What are the details and the relevant recommendations in this regard? There is evidence that the lack of procurement plans in the municipality has led to the absence of competitive bidding. What has the municipality done to address this? And then to the MSC, in terms of a court order that was given on 18/09/2018, where the Minister of Water brought a case against the municipality. There were a award made by the judge that the municipality did not follow. Therefore, they are in contempt of court. If they can give more clarity on that and what happened there and what is going to be done. Thank you, Chair. That's from me.
Honorable Spees.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Proceed, sure.
Chairperson, thank you very much. Chairperson, as much as we receive all the reports from all the different departments and Salga, there must be an understanding that whilst we get these reports, we have people on the ground that are experiencing these conditions in these municipalities every day. And when I say that, we have public representatives, we have residents, and we talk to people who has a house number, a street name, and they stay in a ward. So they will exactly tell you what is happening, even though we have these reports in front of us. And in many of these instances, and I will go through my list now, some of it doesn't correlate with what has been reported to us. I'm happy that some of the issues have been covered with regards to the filling of positions. And although there is still a concern, at least there is some movement. Now, the municipality has been without, and I specifically refer to the presentation made by Cooperative on slide 8, bullet 5, is that the municipality has been without electricity boxes forever. And as a result, Chairperson, their own employers, when they called out to fix a faulty box meter, it is said that they are the ones that were bridging or illegally connecting the electricity. And so I'm asking the question, is that indeed the case? And if so, does the municipality have the stock in their storerooms? Are the electricity boxes available to be installed? I had a question on the MIC funds, and there was a explanation, and I was partly covered by that. But I also have information that a stadium has been built in Ward 3, and that stadium has been rebuilt 3 times. And upon completion, it was kept locked, and therefore the community vandalized it. I need to know if there's any truth in that. Then the issues of sewer and water constantly comes up with both Lekwa and the other one, but I'm specifically talking about Lekwa now. I want to understand the issues around the area called the Rooikoppen was not mentioned in any of the reports, unless I have missed it. I would like to know why is that not prioritized? Because as we're speaking, sewer is spilling in each and every road, putting the residents at risk as well as our children. And the reason why I'm focusing on Rooikoppen just for 1 minute is that there's a problem with the roads, and that resulted in a fatality, because apparently, to the information that I have, is that an elderly lady fell ill, and the paramedics were called. The paramedics apparently refused to fetch her from her house because of the condition of the roads, and they insisted that the family bring her to the paved road. They then tried to push her using a wheelbarrow, but it got stuck. As a result, the paramedics left and the elderly lady passed away. I need to understand if the municipality is indeed aware of that situation. Then again, as in the case with the other municipalities, this particular municipality as well, is not in a position to pay their debt to Eskom. If they can remember, there was a court order in winter 2020 when electricity was switched off for 6 hours per day. The ratepayers of Lekwa took the municipality to court demanding more electricity, and the order was granted. Now, I need to understand, is this order adhered to or not? What is the status on this matter? And then, as much as that, the other matters were raised by my colleague, I would also like to understand what is the situation with the Section 106 report. And then in slide 12, there's mention made of break-in at the substation. And I think that it is totally appalling, because surely one should have security personnel stationed there. I believe that the mayor, the speaker, and the MMF personal bodyguards, surely we can have personnel, security personnel at the substation. And then lastly, there is a new township in Extension 8. Apparently without proper infrastructure, there's no sewer plant, no reservoir, and as a result, their taps are dry most of the time, and that water needs to be tanked in. They resort to the bushes to relieve themselves when nature calls. What are the plans that will be implemented to ensure that these issues are addressed, Madam Chair? The status of, I've already mentioned that. I think for now, that is where I want to stop, Madam Chair. Thank you for the opportunity.
You are more than welcome, Honorable Spies. Can I hand over to Honorable Kaban Chaga?
Thank you.
Chaba.
Thank you, Chairperson. As I said before, I'm in the load shedding where I am. Maybe
with the Parliament has their picture. Better, they will see how do they infuse you. Proceed in that city of yours.
There is my Parliament picture.
Proceed, yes.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Proceed.
Chairperson, if I may ask before, we are dealing with the both of them, provincial Kokta and Musualukwa Municipality.
No. It's provincial Kokta and Lekwa, not Musualukwa. Lekwa.
Oh, and Lekwa.
Lekwa. So,
okay.
Lekwa.
Okay, no, thanks. Chairperson. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Chair. Chairperson, let me welcome the presentation from the provincial Copter of Mpumalanga. But Chair, I have a question to the provincial Copter of Mpumalanga. My question is that, since the meeting of September 2020 with the province, what has been the progress in addressing the matters identified in the close-out report, namely non-verification of section 71, publication, production of annual financial statement, filling of critical posters, in-house capacity development of revenue collection strategy, implementation of a procurement plan, establishment of a policy review committee, asset register and verification, timeously reporting treasuries, and vetting of BTO officials. Has the Mpumalanga Copter provided proof that it notified the NCOP accordingly with regard to the section 139, subsection 1B intervention. What has become of the province's resolution to extend the constitutional intervention for another 6 months, Chair? In the issue of Lekwa, Chairperson, the committee's first meeting with Lekwa was in response to the crisis of raw storage that was polluting the downstream of the Valley River. On the subsequent meeting of 4 September 2020, the committee required as what has been the progress with regard to fixing the main wastewater treatment plant in Standerton, which contributed to the pollution. However, Chair, no tangible progress was evident. What progress has been the municipality made on this since the meeting of the 4th September? Chair, one maybe can want to understand what has been the progress in capacitating the impact to investigate unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, and wasteful expenditure, as to avoid appointing external service providers to do its work, as happened in the previous financial year, Chair. How far is the municipality with the process of establishing a municipal disciplinary board in compliance with the municipal finance misconduct regulations? Chair, if maybe I may ask to the province with Lekwa, what is the progress in now in respect of implementing the recommendation of the section 106 report? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Kama. Honorable Joe.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. I think most of the issues that I want to raise, they were asked by my colleagues. But the only one question that I want to, to understand it well again is that in the Moroka that there were the managers that were implicated in some wrongdoings. Then in section 56, managers are implicated in section 106.
Honorable Joe. Honorable Joe. I said let's shelve JS Moroka because they are not here. It's tantamount to us speaking to ourselves. I said let's only focus on Lekwa.
No. For
and
now,
then presence to the MEC and the Salga and the province and DCOP. We will deal with Lekwa's report when they are available.
Okay, no, I'm coming.
The committee secretary will follow up and the MEC will assist us to make sure that they come to this meeting. I'm sorry, JS Moroka, my apologies. So let's focus on Lekwa and what the MEC, Salga, Provincial Treasury, and the who else, DCOC nationally have presented. Is there any other thing you want to raise on Lekwa? If there's nothing, then you are covered. Can I then, whom did I omit? Mpumza, it's your turn, Honorable Mpumza. Honorable Mpumza. Might be network. Can I hand over to you, MEC? Oh, the microphone is flicking. Honorable Mpumza. Your microphone is flicking green. Now, yes, proceed.
Yeah, thanks, Chair. Chair, I have only one question for you. In the event that as per the report that it has become mandatory to implement Section 139 of the FMFA in order to roll out the financial recovery plan. But Chair, can I get an understanding? Because Mr. Kunene, when he was presenting, he indicated that the implementation of the financial recovery plan has been slow. What has been the bottlenecks in pending this implementation of the financial recovery plan? What measures now have been taken given that these have been slow? What measures has the intervention now actually deployed to ensure that they are checking up the implementation of the financial recovery plan? Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Mpumza. I think I've exhausted my entire list. Can I plead with Honorable Kaban Chava and yourself to put your hands down because you've already spoken? Then can I hand over to the MEC and team to respond? No. I'll start with the local municipality. Then they will be followed by Salga. Then it will be Treasury. Then it will be Provincial Copter, Chief Director. What is that name again? Also the Chief Director for Municipal Support. Then the MEC will be the last. Can we deal with it in that way? PMT, Executive Mayor of Lekwa. The time is yours.
Good evening, Honorable Chair and the entire honorable members of the committee, Honorable MEC, executive mayors of other municipalities. We want to take the opportunity and appreciate the effort given and the chance given to the municipality to reflect on the issues as raised. We firstly move from the premise, Honorable Chair, that indeed we remain a distressed municipality with a lot of challenges that are in front of us, and we continue to welcome the support which is displayed both by our provincial and national government to assist the municipality to fulfill its constitutional obligation. We will want to, as we deal with the questions on the table, we will want to indicate that we, of course, on matters of basic service delivery, as it has been mentioned by Honorable Shaza, while the details will be given by the municipal manager and the entire team, we want to indicate that the Extension 8 in particular, as projects are unfolding from that settlement, it has been a newly established settlement where low-cost units have been built by the Department of Human Settlements. Of course, in the execution of that work, we have realized constraints at the level of supply of water, supply issues of pump station as we deal with sewer in the area. Of course, there have been various projects working with the district in assisting the supply of water in Extension 8. Particularly, there were reservoirs that were constructed and lines that were built to try to assist the supply of water in Extension 8. While it has not reached a point where consistent supply through piped water is realized, but we are at a stage where we deploy tankers as a short-term measure in trying to ensure that we come closer to that space in terms of supplying water. There is a schedule that is used by the Department of Technical Services in as far as supplying water in areas where we are not supplying consistently through piped water, which we can confirm our constraints on technical aspect. We then also supported the deployment of MISA to come to the space and assist the municipality, more specifically on project management issues. Because indeed we have realized that some of our projects are not yielding the desired outcomes due to capacity constraints, and we have said indeed the help that we're getting from MISA will indeed make a decisive impact. We really appreciate that support from the provincial government around that issue, but other points will be flagged by management. On issues that were raised about electricity boxes, Honorable Chair, I think it was Honorable Spies. Fortunately, at the beginning of this month, we visited our stores, both with the MMC of Technical Services and myself, just to get a sense of the material available in our stores. And we can confirm that there are electricity boxes available, but our major concern was the execution of the work, which we felt that we really need to tighten it up. And we were taking assessment in terms of the service delivery and budget implementation plan to say what are these major constraints at the implementation level, so that we attend to the root cause of this snail pace delivery of implementation of electricity boxes. We can confirm that we did receive from Honorable Member Kanyile also the issue of Roykopen as it relates to road, and subsequently the matter that was indicated of the emergency services, that during the past 2, if not 3 weeks, we were also part of the municipalities that were experiencing heavy rains, while that has compounded the state of our roads that are not very well, particularly in that area. Most of those roads are gravel roads, and that constraints have been compounded by the heavy rains, which we, after interacting also with the Honorable Member Kanyile, we did send a team, even during the funeral of the old citizen. The assistance was given in ensuring that there is a proper assistance and a decent send-off. We really expressed our view also around that and our concern about what have transpired. We can equally indicate, Chair, that the Council in its sitting on the 2nd of February did appoint the Chief Financial Officer to assist the municipality also to stabilize the Budget and Treasury Office, while we still have a long way to go in terms of ensuring that we fill the critical positions of our Section 56 managers. One of the major issues that we tend to see is that we really don't attract people that can be able to discharge this task within our space. I'm not sure, maybe because of our challenges that we're dealing with, but who have not been yielding desired outcomes in the main in terms of getting suitably qualified individuals. I will appeal, Chair, through your permission, to give the municipal manager to go to all other questions raised by honorable members and equally reflect the picture, because our presentation, Chair, must always be honest and truthful, because we want to be assisted to resolve the challenges that we are dealing with. Thank you, Chair. I will request the municipal manager to take other questions as raised through your permission. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor Mini. MM, the time is yours to respond to other questions as raised. Welcome, MM. Let's go a bit there.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Good evening to the Honorable Chairperson, the members of the committee, my MEC, the executive mayors present, colleagues, and all protocol observed. Honorable Chairperson, let me start with the issues that were raised on the MPEC. Chairperson, the issue of the UIFW, MPEC has set to process the issues of the MPEC, and they've managed to process, Chairperson, a UIF from 2018 to 2019 and 2019-20 financial year. And those investigations that were done by the MPEC have been tabled to council through a council meeting that set last year with a council resolution A77. However, they have not completed the entire investigation. There are still reports that are still in progress that are being processed. And I must indicate that, Chairperson, we have assisted in capacitating the MPEC through the deployment of the resident advisor from Treasury, Mr. Mpele, who is also in attendance to assist with the investigation and also clarification of certain issues for the MPEC committee. And then, Chairperson, maybe just to also come in on the issues of the disciplinary board, I can indicate that now our disciplinary board is functional. We do have members that have been appointed, which also include Treasury. And the first assignment that was given by Council to the disciplinary board was the execution of the Section 106 investigation. And then, Chairperson, I will jump to the issues of service delivery, especially infrastructure. Chairperson, I can confirm the presentation by COPTA that as a municipality, we have challenges in water, sewer spillages, and electricity. And Chairperson, I can also indicate that through the support by COPTA and MISA, the municipality has been able to do an assessment on all the infrastructure. The stakeholders that were assisting the municipality to do the thorough assessment of all the shortcomings was the DBSA, Rand Water, MISA, and other stakeholders, Chairperson. Currently, we do have an assessment that clearly points out what are the issues and also breaks it down to long-term, short-term goals that the institution can address. And I can also indicate, Chairperson, that DBSA has identified the municipality in a project for asset care to try and deal with some of the issues. We are currently working with Rand Water in looking at the maintenance and repairs in some of our infrastructure projects. And we also have other stakeholders such as Sasol and Goldie that have also made pledges to look at the short-term projects that can be done. But I must indicate, Chairperson, that currently the municipality, as the executive mayor has indicated, we are intervening in other areas through water tanks. In our rural wards, we have had a project for boreholes that is currently ongoing, and also fixing of windmills to try and assist our communities. Chairperson, I must also indicate that the entire MIC allocation of 28 million has been prioritized by Council to address the issue of water and sanitation. As the honorable member has indicated that Lekwa has got a serious problem of sewer spillage into the Vaal River. Chairperson, there was a court order between ourselves and the DWS, where there was an order that was granted this year, which includes an action plan of the actions that the municipality will take to deal with some of the issues that are contributing towards the sewer spillages. Issues such as the pumps that are not working. And Chairperson, I can confirm that through the MIG allocation of this financial year, all those contractors are on site to deal with some of the major pumps that have got an effect onto the sewer spillage. But as the presentation of COCTA has indicated, we do suffer issues of infrastructure, the aging infrastructure, and also capacity issues where the current infrastructure that is there cannot really deal with the growth in terms of the town and also with the development. We further need to deal with such issues. Chairperson, there was an issue on the ESCOM debt, which remains a big challenge to the municipality. It is true the municipality is one of the major defaulters, as we are sitting at an account of about 1.1 billion. Chairperson, I can confirm, as the member has indicated, that there was a court order, that yes, we were honoring the court order. The court order indicated that there were companies that were paying directly to ESCOM, and the municipality was also ordered to pay a certain percentage of the equitable share to ESCOM, which is being done. And then there are also weekly arrangements that are being done. But however, Chairperson, I must indicate that the amount of debt is quite big and the municipality might not be able to service the debt immediately. The intervention that we have now requested was that Treasury assist us to actually do a thorough scrutiny of the debt so that we are able to come up with a realistic and a reasonable payment plan that the council can commit to. They have agreed to assist us, Mr. Strauss, together with National Treasury, Mr. Mpela. We should be engaging in that exercise very soon. Chairperson, there was also an issue of the FRP. I must indicate, Chairperson, that our municipality was one of the municipalities that adopted their FRP a bit late. Just to be the exact, it was the 27th of November 2019. So there has been slow implementation, but I can confirm, Chairperson, that for the municipality to try and monitor and also to fast track some of the activities in the FRP, we have adopted the FRP as part of our service delivery budget implementation plan, which was adopted by council. In that way, it will assist the council to be able to monitor on a quarterly basis whether all the targets that are in the FRP are being achieved. There was an issue, Chairperson, on the mixed spending. Yes, Chairperson, we were very behind in terms of the spending. It's true what COCTA reported that by the end of December, we're sitting at 7%. But Chairperson, I can confirm that through, firstly, the intervention of council requesting MISA to come into the space through a council resolution, MISA did deploy officials, engineers to come and assist the municipality, review all the procurement processes to ensure that they are in line. And I can confirm that the projects are currently on the ground and in progress. And as at the end of February, we were sitting at 22%. An acceleration plan has been developed and tabled to National COCTA and Provincial COCTA. We are confident, Chairperson, that come the end of the financial year, we should have been able to utilize the entire grant that was given to us. There was also, Chairperson, an issue on the cash flow of the institution. Yes, Chairperson, it's one of the issues that was raised by AG together with the 106 report. As part of the activities of National Treasury through the resident advisor that was deployed to the municipality, we have established a cash management committee which looks at our expenditure and also authorization of our monthly expenditure in the form of orders. Chairperson, I can indicate that in terms of paying our debt, we are now in a position to pay our debt within 30 days, except for the big debtors that we have made arrangements with, which is ESCOM, SARS, Department of Water and Sanitation. Chairperson, on the issue of electricity boxes, the executive mayor had covered. It's true, we do have meters that are sitting in the stores, about 3,000 of them that were procured. On the issue of Iroipopen, Chairperson, there is a project that is currently ongoing to the value of 50 million. It is a project that is currently administered by the district to try and deal with the issues of sanitation in Iroipopen. Extension 8, Chairperson, it is true there are challenges in terms of sanitation and water, but I must indicate that the Department of Human Settlement is currently running a project of installing pump station that should be able to assist, especially with the issues of sanitation. The issues of water, we are also trying to address them. Mainly it is as a result of the maintenance and repairs in terms of one of our reservoir, where mainly all the areas that are in the high-lying areas are being affected as a result of the pressure not reaching them. Chairperson, I think I have covered most of the question, and some of them the executive mayor had covered. On the issues of the 106, Chairperson, I think that one I will leave with the executive mayor to make inputs on them. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you. The executive mayor had already made inputs. I don't know how are you leaving things to the executive mayor. You want to add more, executive mayor, that you think she didn't cover, like she's saying? Unmute, unmute. Okay.
Thanks a lot, Honorable Chair. Firstly, we want also just to share that the municipality is waiting for the delivery of the Hanisaka as part of the short-term measure in dealing with sewer spillages. And the 5 pump stations that have been identified to be addressed in this financial year, its intention at the end of the day is to seek to minimize the spillages that are currently happening. On matters of the Section 106, Chair, we can indicate that indeed there was a meeting which I think during the month of December, where we met with the COCTA, and there were clear issues around the action plan not responding as expected to the issues raised in the action plan in the 106. And there was a further commitment from the municipality to say it needs to address the action plan and give clearer and proper timelines. Of course, this year we have also received a letter from the MEC, which was directed to the Speaker, which were reflecting on matters of the action plan to say how far with that issue. Then the Speaker have responded back to the MEC, which we should be feedbacking the office of the MEC this month about the issues around the implementation of the action plan. Among the issues that were cited also in the Section 106 were various matters of management, and there were interactions which were kicked in by council in requesting the to clarify some of the issues. And the process is still at that level of saying the responses between the and council on the issues around allegations that were leveled by the Section 106. I think there were various correspondence coming from a representative of the municipal manager and council acting on behalf of council in trying to source clarities why council cannot pursue in relation to the issues that were raised. I think that process is unfolding at that stage, which we hope that we will have a logical conclusion on all those matters, but we can confirm that COCTA has raised a serious concern on the pace in which we are pursuing those issues, which we have equally said it remains the priority of the municipality to act and act decisively on the issues that were raised. We can indicate also, Chair, that on the 5th of February, Hawks visited the municipality. They came with a warrant of search and seizure of particular documents, and among the issues they were citing are matters that are within also the Section 106 report, which we can indicate that the process of investigation is also at the level of Hawks as it relates to the issues that were reflecting in the 106 and the AG reports. I think those are the additions that one might indicate, Honorable Chair, as it relates to the processes that are unfolding both at the Section 106 and also at procuring the municipal Hanisaka to assist with SOAS villages. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Executive Mayor Dlamini. Can I hand over to Mr. Basistros if there's anything you want to respond to in terms of the question from Provincial Treasury?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I like
You're
to
not
give a little bit.
audible.
Honorable Chair, am I audible now?
Yes, proceed.
Thank you. I want to also just give further information pertaining to the questions by Honorable Groenewald, and that is in relation to the cash flow balance. The reports that we receive indicate a positive cash flow balance in the municipality, but that might be misleading. Specifically, if you look at the total outstanding creditors, the commitments in the institution, if all those commitments have to be honored, it will have a direct impact on the cash flow balance. So we cannot say the municipality does have a cash flow balance at this stage of the game. The challenges remains that, as the have reported, more on the bulk purchases, the ESCOM outstanding account, and that put pressure on the cash flow of the municipality. To assist the municipality to monitor it better, we put a lot of emphasis to improve the control environment in the institution through the implementation of the Cash Flow Management Committee, whereby we encourage and support the municipality to monitor outgoing commitments and ensuring that it is only prioritized spending, as well as before the orders go out, that it can be actually honored by cash in the bank. It is, as I said, a priority area for us. We're doing that while we supporting the municipality with other revenue enhancement initiatives, specifically looking at improvement of the revenue baseline in the institution, and that receive a lot of attention from our side, Provincial Treasury side, through our placement of the resident advisor. A lot of emphasis is going to improve the control environment in the municipality, specifically in the areas of supply chain, expenditure management, and then also to a large extent under the revenue management. I can indicate that, as the MMF reported, that we have agreed with the municipality to analyze the ESCOM debt, as well as to assist them with the development of a credible, affordable repayment plan that we can then, through council consideration, submit to ESCOM for consideration. Further to that, on the financial statements itself, we provided support into understanding the interpretation of GRAP. We also provided support through offering our attendance in the audit steering committee during the audit process, so that we can advise the municipality and also support them to address the issues as raised by the Auditor General. I think very critical is also that on impact, specifically if we look at the UIF and W, that was a concern in the institution. We, since December, have further provided capacity to the impact board members, as well as we support the municipality with the establishment of the disciplinary board. So we believe going forward, the municipality will have the capacity to investigate with the support of the resident advisor, as well as our presence in the disciplinary board from provincial treasury. On a high level, I think I want to stop at that, Honorable Chair. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, colleague from Provincial Treasury, Mr. Basistros. And then can I allow the Chief Director for Municipal Support to say something, to respond on the technical questions directed to the department before I allow Councillor Chirwa, the chairperson of Salga in the province, and then the MEC to respond on issues.
Thank you very
Over
much.
to you.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
I think, Honorable Chair, most of the questions have already been responded to, but I just want to speak to the issue that was raised around the issue of Rooikoppen, that indeed we had spoken to it in the presentation. It is a priority area that we are focusing on. And part of the support that the MM has spoken to is that we are providing support through our PMU, through our DPSA PMU. And indeed, it is one of the municipalities that we have identified for key focus around the issues of asset care, issues of providing support on operations and management, operations and maintenance. We are also paying particular attention to the recruitment process that the executive mayor has alluded to. And as I indicated earlier on in our presentation, Chair, we have seen movement in particularly 2 of the Section 56 posts, your Director Corporate Services and your Director Community Services, where the recruitment has already begun. And if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow interviews will be held for the Director Community Services. We're hoping that this movement will begin to see the filling in of those posts, and hopefully the recruitment of managers with the capacity that is required by the municipality. I think those are the issues that I just wanted to add on, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Mr. Kunene, Councillor Chirwa, your turn now.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Once again, I just want to re-highlight once again that our role as the association is to continue to provide support and advice to our local municipality. In the main, like I highlighted earlier, our advice has been on the human resource, our participation in their processes in a form of support, and also on the labor relations. If you members can recall, there's been a time when there was a stalemate between the top management and the workers in Lekwa. Salga, together with other structures of COPTA, played a very meaningful role in ensuring that we restore that stability assisted by the municipal manager, and we resolve that matter amicably. In the main also, Chair, like all other municipalities, our municipality, Lekwa, also participate in our workshop, working group workshops, especially trainings on impact, meaning that we are playing a very significant role in assisting Lekwa municipality to deal with the matter, especially also on the matter that has been highlighted here around the issue of Rooikoppen, the sewer spillage. What has been our role on that, to add on what we've said earlier on? We have lobbied the Deputy Minister of the Department of Water and Sanitation to go and get some resources in order for us to be able to deal with the issue of the wastewater treatment works. Apparently, the minister is still dealing with that matter, and we have requested Lekwa to provide the report, and we've forwarded to the Deputy Minister Mahlobo. We are looking forward to that, because if we resolve the issue of the wastewater treatment works, the work that is done on the Rooikoppen the issue of the waste pipe, it will be going a long way to eradicate the sewer spillage. In a nutshell, Honorable Chair, Honorable Member, that is what we can say as Salga, avoiding to repeat ourselves, that we are there to ensure that we advise and also provide support to our municipality. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the chairperson of Salga in the province, Mpumalanga, Councillor Chiro. MECMC, it's now your turn to respond to all the issues that you feel they are not adequately responded to.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for the opportunity once more. Let's appreciate the discussions and all the contributions by all members. But I think we must indicate from the onset that if there's a municipality that has been afforded full support by all and sundry, it's Lekwa Municipality, but there's no results. I think we must indicate that the reason why Minister Nkosazana Zuma Dlamini rejected Section 139, because remember, we have resolved on 139P long time ago. Now, she has responded. She raised 2 points. She said, what is it that has not been done in that municipality for it not to be placed in Section 139.5P? Because as Mrs. Strauss has said, and everybody, look, the intervention on financial recovery plan, it has been there. There's no implementation of it. Section 106 investigation report, it took time to be presented. We went to present it. Even we can give you correspondences. Even on the time that they've agreed during the presentation that they will meet and resolve at council. When the speaker convenes a meeting, other councillors are against that, the meeting does not sit. Instead of them addressing problems that they are being faced, because you see, the responsibility of a local municipality or local government is basic infrastructure. Honorable members who are raising issues of sewer, water, and whatnot, they are true, potholes and whatsoever. But instead of them focusing on the issues of responding to these issues, there comes the issue of executive mayor not having protectors. Exchange of letters between the mayor and the municipal manager. I thought when they got an opportunity, in particular the executive mayor and the MM, I thought they will tell you all these things. That instead of them focusing in building the municipality and accepting all the interventions that are being provided for, no, they are on each other's neck. And they don't tell this meeting, I don't know why. I'm going to furnish the chair and the committee on all the correspondences that we receive from the mayor and to the municipal manager. They don't speak service delivery. They speak other thing else. I think I must bring this to the attention of this meeting. Now, the issues of audits and the issues of aging infrastructure. We can safely respond to that the issue of aging infrastructure, it's a national problem. Even nationally, when we met with the leader of government business, the deputy president, it was acknowledged why you will always get the issue of aging infrastructure. Some of the infrastructure installed during the apartheid era, where people, the size number were less. Now people has maximized and the number is enlarged. You still have a pipe of a 5-meter diameter in an area where it must supply people who have tripled the number when that pipe was installed previously. So that's why in terms of electricity, you notify maximum demands in municipalities throughout the country by ESCOM has reached the peak point. If the circuit of them, if they put the transformer of a municipality to service 400 people, People now are more than 2,000. And during winter, that transformer always trips off. That is the kind of situation when in relation to what we call old age infrastructure and minimum capacity to respond to the maximum number of people that are currently settled in the respective areas. The issue of Section 106 report, I've indicated that it took too long for them to sit, but over and above sitting, they've submitted to us an action plan, which was not correct. And instead of them implementing the matters, they will spend more time submitting wrong action plans and then they'll respond to them, up until some people went to the Hawks and said, there's no movement in terms of what must happen. The reason why the Hawks arrived to the municipality was upon their own invitation of their behavior in the municipality. The chairperson of Salga in the province indicated that at some point, the NCOP can bear testimony to this. Last year when we met with them, for a period of between 4 to 5 weeks, there were no services. There was an uprising in that municipality. People were crying for services for 5 weeks. And I'm sure this portfolio committee could get these things to indicate how far this institution has deteriorated, both for the leadership, from the leadership level of those who are elected as public rep and the administrative level for those who must be able to work together. I'm sure when before you close, Chair, you will have to give the MM and the executive mayor whether what we are presenting here is is not what we receive as letters and responding to one another. They seem not to be speaking to each other. They are talking to each other to correspondences. The understanding of leadership is that as an MEC, I must talk to my HOT time and again to try and resolve issues. But with regard to their case, it seems as if they're not speaking to each other unless through correspondences. Chair. The feeling of critical post asked by Honorable Kaba, we tried our best. We seconded officials. We seconded 3 officials to them. And within 3 months, our officials were between the Hard Rock and the Devil Place. 1 official we have to remove. And the other officials were going to provide the report. They indicated very clearly that MEC, your intervention to send the 3 of us to the municipality is not going to yield any result because there's no cooperation from the municipal manager. And it's written down. Now the mayor himself said here, no, the process of dealing with the issues that we identify as an outcome of the process of the investigation are unfolding up until we reach logical conclusion. When is logical conclusion? Because the response could have been said to us. Letters has been written on this date. We expect a response on this date, and the matter will be here by this far. The issue of the UIFW, unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, wasteful expenditure, is part of the action plan. It is where there are individuals who are attached as alleged to have committed some mismanagement, and the municipality must be able to deal with that. Honorable Pumza, on the 13915, the financial recovery plan is not moving. It's in a slow pace. Mr. Strauss is respecting it. It is not moving. The financial recovery plan. The MEC for Treasury can tell you, all system framework are in place. There's no willingness from the municipality to be able to perform this task. The reason why we had to request the chairperson of the district development model, who's also a chairperson of Salga, Honorable Chiro, was that there was no movement. And we said, can you please intervene? There was a time where, because of the infightings, tap were closed, there was no water and whatnot, up until the premier herself went down, together with the deputy minister and the district mayor, who's the chairperson of Salga in the province. So I think it may be necessary in this meeting that we tell the truth, we dissect the challenge and tell the truth so that we get a cure from the portfolio committee in giving our people services. What pains some of us every day is that all our efforts goes to vain. Let me speak about the spending of MIC. I thought this meeting will be told why by December. it was only 7% spent. Because December is the second quarter. You are supposed to spend 50%. I have not heard any tangible reason to be told that the reason you could not spend is because of these particular challenges. No, it doesn't. No, nobody is taking a responsibility on that. And in terms of the legislation, in terms of the MFMA, the Honorable Executive Mayor must ensure that budget is spent and budget is spent correctly. Then the accounting officer becomes the municipal manager in terms of that. And it's only council. You see, Chair, Honorable Chair, we go back to the engagement that we had in Cape Town when we were asked by honorable members why we're not acting as COPTA. We have indicated it is only council that can act against its own employees. So council is reluctant to act against the municipal manager on all issues raised about hers and allegation. It's quiet, it doesn't act. The executive mayor become tactical. He said that through the MM representatives, the matter has been responded to. I'm sure he will give a clarity when he's given a second chance. Now we're in the third quarter, Honorable Chair. Today is 16th February. End of March is the end of the third quarter and the presentation of the draft ITP for 2021-2022. And I hear the MM saying that we are assuring this meeting that come the end of the financial year, we'll have spent the entire budget. This municipality chair can't even spend grants that are given to them to give services to our people. That is the situation that we find ourselves in. So, Chair, in short and long of the story is that as I speak with you, I've got with me here a letter that after I went out of the hospital today, midday, I talked to my officials. We prepare a letter to all municipalities, to Dr. J.S. Moroka, Lekwa, and Coven and Peg. And the subject of this letter is that by the 19th, we want progress report on the implementation of the recommendation of the forensic investigation. Because, Chair, I'll just make a practical example. I have said earlier, in some instances, the recommendations is saying simple, refer the matter to Hawks. And that has not been done. That's why by the 19th, we want a report back, and we're going to send it to the Office of the Honorable Premier and send it to the Minister and yourself on the response that we're going to get. Some of the responses leave much to be desired. And at times, you can't go and strangle a person who has been elected or a person who has been appointed to perform a task of giving services to our people. People of Lekwa are suffering in terms of services. There was a time where the chairperson of AFASA, the structure that deals with agriculture, was showing me dead chickens because of the problem of electricity. I end up phoning the municipal manager. I said, but why don't you release the electricity function to ISCOM so that these farmers buy directly to ISCOM? The chairperson of AFASA even end up writing a letter to the minister and the president about this particular matter. And this thing has not been said here by the Honorable Executive Mayor must say it, and the Accounting Office must say it, so that at least if there's a challenge among themselves, they must get help here. But if they come to this meeting and somersault and portray a picture of things all in good, here is a house that has collapsed. And for this house to be restructured and reconstructed, it requires honest, dispassionate, and frankness for those that are in a challenge. So I'm saying to you, Chair, we are not satisfied about the things that are happening in that municipality, in Covenpeg and Moroka. That's why after getting the response before end of the month, we'll submit to you a progress and we'll take a serious position as COPTA on delinquency, because public purse and people taxpayers' money are not being utilized correct. And when we have appointed these forensic investigation teams that we have appointed, we have paid them as COPTA, and they should be value for money. And at the end of the day, Chair, we should be able to provide services to people of Lekwa. They must get water, they must have roads, they must have electricity, the sewer spillage must be dealt with the kind of leadership that we're having. It's something that you can imagine, and it's something that won't be able to be achievable. So, Chair, I wanted to bring this to your attention on the real picture of the situation, so that perhaps when they get a second chance, they will say to you, no, but the Honorable MEC is not true on this 1, 2, 3. And we're going to provide evidence to that effect. Thanks very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, MEC Sibi. Gigi, is that a follow-up? Your hand has been up, or you forgot to lower it. Honorable Kumsa, is that a follow-up question? Yes.
Chair, in view of the response of the MEC, Honorable Msibi, now we are getting a whole totally different picture to what the mayor and the MM has presented to us. Can we therefore now plead to the mayor, perhaps to detail this, what he says, the progress is unfolding around this Section 106 reports. Can he delve much so that as the committee, we are actually appraised, very, very concise, of exactly what are the developments?
That's fair enough.
To the executive mayor.
Okay. Honorable, are you done? So that I can hand over to Honorable Kunevalt. Are you done, Honorable Mbumza?
Yes, I'm done, Chair.
Okay. I think the executive mayor has heard you. Honorable Kunevalt.
Thank you, Chairperson. Again, please allow me to keep my camera off.
Okay, it's understandable.
Now that the MEC has spoken, it is more clear, and I see that Mr. Sam Ngubane is also on this meeting. He chaired a meeting a few weeks or a few days back that erupted in halls in terms of councillors shouting and swearing at Ramaphosa, and all of those nice infighting things that happened because they do not want to be placed under administration. So from
we
the MEC,
we missed that one. Your network disappeared. Where did Sam Goveni chair the meeting?
it was a virtual meeting, Chairperson, that he chaired.
The meeting of what? Of a council?
It wasn't a council meeting, Chair, as far as I know, and maybe he can enlighten us more, but it was a stakeholder meeting of the provincial COCTA, if I am not mistaken. So, Chairperson, yes, Chairperson. So it places it more in place of what is happening in terms of that municipality and what the MEC is stating to us. So the question right out to the MEC is the municipality under administration? If not, can we as a committee recommend that they go on administration 1395? So that would be from my side. Thank you, Chairperson.
Okay. So there are questions directed to the executive mayor to actually explain what is actually happening based on what the MEC has said. Then we need details from the executive mayor. From there, Mr. Sam Goveni from MISA, you explain what happened in that meeting as said by Honorable Groenewald. And then the MEC will deal with the status of the administration, if it's any, in Lekwa. In that order, I didn't omit anyone. I just want to double check. Those were the only two hands. Can you two colleagues lower your hands? Honorable Mpumsa and Honorable Groenewald, now that you have spoken. Lower your hands, please, colleagues. Groenewald, lower your hands. Thank you. Executive Mayor Dlamini, can you be the one to start to respond to the issues as raised by Honorable Mpumza? Executive Mayor Dlamini. There you go. Unmute your, yeah, you can proceed.
Chair, I'm sorry, I have not captured all maybe the issues because I was taken out by network and I'm back. But the last interaction or matters that I've captured was the issues raised by the MEC around how is the relation. I'm not sure whether should I respond around those issues.
And also the progress on the section 106.
Okay.
Yes, Honorable Mpumza raised that because Honorable Mpumza is worried that what the MEC has said in relation to that on the implementation of the 106, it seems as if you didn't share much detail. So Honorable Mpumza wants you to expand what is actually happening on that matter and the other issues we had the MEC.
Okay, no, thanks a lot, Honorable Chair. Firstly, we can indicate that since September last year, I was mandated by council to communicate to the municipal manager around issues that were raised in the 106 AG report, and council wanted to establish on the issues that were contained in those documents whether there should be no reason that council should initiate a disciplinary process. And the was expected to give a response on the issues as contained in the letter that we forwarded to the Of course, the reply from the attorneys that were representing were seeking further clarity on the issues that were contained in the letter. Of course, we did respond, but the second letter was also saying, no, you are not giving us sufficient clarities and we still need further information. And council, when we took the matter to council, I think it was towards the end of September, council said we should further do that. We exactly done that. And in October, there was again a response to say, no, the reports or the issues that were raised were not sufficient. Then it was now a matter of saying, we forward letters to say, give us reasons why we should not pursue the following issues in line with the disciplinary processes. But there have been clarities that were sought. And we can indicate that during the month of December, when we wanted to take the item back to council to say no, part of the challenge now is that as we give details, there is a response to say we are not responding as expected. Therefore, we wanted council to have a view to say, who can we source now, who can really give details that are expected? Because in the letters that we were forwarding, we were indicating the section 106, we're indicating the AG report as the basis of the letters that we were communicating and clarity that is required by council to say why we should not take disciplinary processes. I think that is the first hurdle that one can indicate as it relates to the municipal manager. Secondly, on the action plan in general, indeed, as I have indicated earlier, that there was a meeting with the delegation of the provincial government, Cooperative, and Troika and Municipal Manager, where the discussion was centered around the action plan that we're having. It's not giving clearer timelines to say this is going to happen at this time by who. And there was that commitment to say, no, we'll take the matter to council to deal with it. Initially, we suggested the 15th of December. Unfortunately, we were unable because council during that period, and we were unable to process it, and council during that period went on recess, and we were unable to handle that. What we can equally share, Honorable Chair, is that as the Section 106 was tabled to council on the 31st of July last year, there have been processes to establish a disciplinary board, which indeed happened towards September, where the disciplinary board has been established. But we can confirm that from the deliberation with the department, it was evident that the current setup of the action plan will not give comfort to all role players to say by this time a specific matter could have been resolved, which we have considered in the meeting, and we said that should be revisited, because in the main there are issues that relate to employees that might be beyond the control, perhaps at the control of council, not necessarily those that are directly appointed by council. Therefore, that action plan should also be covering those areas, which we then said, let's get that report and then we process it. On the relations aspect, one can also share that we came back on the 5th of June 2020 when we were reinstated, because on the 10th of February there was that motion of no confidence which was given to the mayor and the speaker, and it was reversed on the 5th of June. Of course, from that period going to the tabling of the 106, issues around the unprotected strike of workers, the approaches that should be employed in managing that situation, one can fairly admit that there were strains, relations, Chairperson, which we are not going to hide around that. But with the support from various stakeholders beyond September going onwards, we can fairly indicate that part of the challenges that are there now might be centered around, as I'm being mandated by council to execute, particularly in this case, I'm being the face of pursuing the issues raised in the 106. Therefore, it should never be perceived as if it's an individual act. And we have been explaining that so that we create an understanding. And I have raised issues with the MEC, of course, as it relates to provision of VIP protection, because there were constraints around those issues, which we said really we need to be assisted so that we discharge the office responsibility at the maximum speed. But I can safely say, given those challenges, we are trying to interact, Chair. We can indicate that even when we were visited by NCOP, we were able to reflect that the challenges of tensions are also informed by the work that perhaps we find ourselves in, where one needs to say how far have this happened, why this has not transpired. And those are challenges which one have admitted to say they have been happening. But at the execution part, we have raised it that part of the constraints were the implementation of the STPIP. We have raised issues with management. But to say currently where we stand, we have that heavy hostility. I think it has subsided very, very sharply. I admit that there were serious tensions as we pursued this work, and along the way, there will be issues of now, how do I communicate this in order for me to give accountability to council that the following issues have been pursued, and this is the feedback around that. Because we are dealing with government at some point, you really need to show what actions have you taken to address specific issues. Then you end up resulting to correspondences to ensure that you create a clearer picture that these were the issues that were pursued to address issues at hand. We can indicate those factors to say the instability aspect, which we should raise, that led for us to be moved out for 4 months, has been there, and from the 5th of June, we can indicate through records of council, the sitting of council meetings, the sitting of the mayoral committee, the sitting of Section 80 committees, as a mechanism to indicate that while council has been engulfed with serious instability at that level, but efforts have been made, and even the last council was on the 2nd of February. Before that, there was a council meeting in December, and the other one was on the 31st of October. Therefore, the governance level, while there are heavy challenges in terms of strengthening our work, but council have also realized that it needs to sit and deal with issues. The issue of 106, it's a very thorny matter in our municipality, emotive at some point, because as you propel it, you ended up being perceived as if we are pursuing someone, but generally we're acting on the document, and our commitment remains that the document will never be shelved, because the issues that are there require all of us to attend to them for the benefit of giving confidence to the consumers and the public at large, that the issues that were investigated, processed, that the municipality should show sign of consequence management. Those are points that we can raise, and we have been getting support from the MEC, which we have been welcoming, and we must be grateful, Honorable Chair, that under the stewardship of MEC Msibi, giving the municipality support, forever willing to assist the municipality, and those are issues that we can raise. But we can say, indeed, there are challenges, and we are working with all necessary stakeholders to address them, because we are mindful that the issues that we are dealing in should be beyond our personalities, because we are dealing with the lives of our communities, and that's the issue that one might share, and we will be forever willing and available to be helped and be assisted. Where we are wrong, we must equally admit and take responsibility, and in this case, we are taking responsibility that there was a period indeed between myself and the MM where there were heavy tensions because of the work that one is pursuing. And I must really admit that after thorough analysis with the help of various stakeholders that are supervising municipalities, we're able to come closer to say, let's focus on the work. We know that one needs to account to another, but what is required at this stage is to ensure that the service delivery and implementation plan is realized. I will apologize for being long, Chairperson, on that issue, but the main weakness of the municipality is the planning capacity. That is why we've welcomed the interventions coming from MISA to assist, because part of the delay in the implementation of MIC was centered around committees disagreeing on what should a particular committee recommend something, another committee objecting the issues raised by the previous committee. And those were the contestations that were there. And unfortunately, council decided to say, on the basis of this, we think we should pull other people out of the institution and seek a particular intervention, and that was the drastic view raised by council. And we then said, no, based on that, we should act in line with what council have pronounced. But it will be key, Chair, that we highlight that we were at the stage where we are trying to reverse the challenges. This is the last year of the term, and a part of the issues as we hand over the institution, as difficult, as weak as it is currently, that we should appreciate the challenges that we are dealing with and try to address issues in a manner that is going to assist. And the provincial government support and treasury and COGTA and National Treasury is mostly welcome. And we think we are going to turn a corner working together with all the structures, because it's not about ourselves as the executive mayor and an MM, because this institution must live beyond us. Thanks a lot, Chair. I think that is the reflection that one can share at this stage, that indeed we are in the difficult terrain, but we are trying. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. There was an issue that was raised about SM Ngobeni, and then Sam Ngobani said, no, it's not me. Ngobeni is not me, it's Sam Ngobani, HOD of COGTA in the province. Then the MEC will be able to deal with that matter as raised by Honorable Hunevant. Oh, you are here. And then you surfaced. Oh, welcome. Raise the matter.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Thanks so much to the honorable members. Indeed, it is very much exciting at times that we are a part of this very honorable platform where we've got to be able to account for service delivery. And as a department, of course, to actually show what attempts that we do in terms of improving on service delivery in our municipalities. Yes, I must just state that last week, the department, just like it always does with all other municipalities, because you would understand, Chairperson, that we do not have any other platform now available except the virtual platforms, which is quite easier for us as an alternative of a physical meeting, that we always convene such meetings, so just so that we check at what point are municipalities dealing with the implementation plan or action plans that we put together, just to get things done on most of the things that have been highlighted that were just part of the discussions here. I must say that indeed there was a bit of interruption during that meeting last week, because it was a meeting that was actually seeking to address all the complaints that communities have been having, because we have been inundated as COGTA, just as a department, receiving a number of complaints, at times looking into the issue of the sewer, the water, the electricity, and the like roads, as has been discussed here. And we thought that it has gone too much, that we needed to also look into what Section 152E, which is also about encouraging communities and community-based organizations to come forward and let's see if we cannot have a plan collectively enough so that we can address these issues, so that it just doesn't become a matter that is really set aside for the municipality to deal with it on its own. But we must be able to also assist where possible, because the three spheres of government must work together in the spirit of addressing those service delivery issues. But of course, Chair, we would use your links in terms of the virtual system, and we will give it to the participants so that they are a part of the platform for the engagements. To our surprise, yes, there was an interruption because some individuals came in through the links, and there was a cross exchange between the community-based organizations that were part of the platform and those who were accusing that they were not supposed to be there because they were claiming, well, they are politicians and the like, and they should not be a part of the discussions we had. We just thought that the most possible thing was to collapse or to close the meeting and to actually schedule it for another day, because our intention was to purely discuss service delivery issues. Politics aside, we just don't want to discuss anything on politics, but to ensure that we actually give value to the things that have been bothering the people of Lekwa, to the things that have not been moving in the plans of ensuring that we provide the support. So all three spheres of government have been there, National DCOG, MISA being there, DBSA as our partner here, and also, the provincial departments that are also hands-on in terms of supporting in that regard. Unfortunately, I must just say that we were under siege because some people who weren't supposed to receive the links actually got into the meeting and there was chaos. And because of that, we thought it was not prudent for us to continue, and the meeting was then shut down. We will be rescheduling, Chair. I may just indicate that the matter has been reported to the Honorable MEC. Perhaps he would want to come back into those things. It just explains the intricacies and all the issues that the MEC was explaining, that perhaps not all is well. And in fact, there is too much infighting, really, hinges upon the issues of supporting this municipality and also ensuring that at least if there is some good that we can do, we can move forward with that. But yeah, because of this infighting, at times we get to receive or encounter such challenges in that regard. But yeah, we will not be ending there, Chairperson, because 154 of the Constitution as well as 155, including your 105, Section 105 of the Municipal Systems Act, and also, like I referred to, 152E. It does actually emphasizes that we should always move forward in terms of the support that we should provide. So we are not deterred by the incident. We will still continue and support the municipality as such. That's all what I can say for now, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, Honorable Groenewald knows who's Sam Ngubeni, acting HOD, and Sam Ngubeni, the DDG in MISA. Okay. Let's proceed and allow the MEC to have a final word.
No.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Thanks, Honorable Chair. There's not much to say except to say that we're going to keep on doing our work. First, we're going to provide support as it is required by the Constitution in terms of Section 154.55. Secondly, we're going to ensure that we follow up on the matters raised. In particular, on 106P, we're going to ensure that on the 19 Unicode report, we provide all relevant offices, Office of the Premier, so that Cabinet could be appraised, the NCOP, yourselves, and the Minister. Thirdly, where delinquents, we're going to act decisively. But fourthly, we want to request that those who are given the responsibility to lead must lead. And those who are required to provide services to our people and they're getting salary of that, they must just do so. If we can all focus and spend time on what we need to be done, we need to do, things are going to be simpler for our people, because when two bulls are fighting, the grass suffer. In this case, the grass is the people of Lekwa and people, the farmers, the people who are in business, and all sorts of people that are suffering. And I want to ensure this portfolio committee that we'll keep on working with that favor, and will ensure that people of Mpumalanga and people of Lekwa and all other municipalities get services. Once more, thanks very much for the opportunity for the class.
That's comforting, but before you leave, I wanted the Executive Mayor to respond to this issue as raised by the MEC. I'll be failing, and this committee will be failing to do its oversight duty if we don't get clarity as to what's happening on this matters. There was an issue that the MEC reported that when they were doing the 106 investigation, there's a councillor who used the municipality resources to drill a borehole for himself, whereas our communities don't have water. And then it's reported that when it was brought to the attention of either of the provincial department and as investigation were proceeding, he decided to take a truck full of sand, close that bowl. But as the investigation were being done, that bowl was still, I think the service provider went and showed that bowl in the councillor's house. Then the issue is here that in this municipality executive mayor, we are very quick to deal with officials. When it's councillors involved, there's laxity. If it's not laxity, then you are caught napping. I want you to tell us at this committee, what has happened to these councillors? What have you done to recover the money? And the other matter, I think, MEC, MCV is for your political. Is this councillor still in the employ of the council, still executing his responsibility, whereas the Structures Act and the Systems Act in the Code of Conduct for councillors is very explicit on what was happening, what must happen. What is the status of the disciplinary procedures to this council? We need to get that so that next time when you are to follow up, Mayor, you must know where are you in dealing with this matter. Is the speaker here? Is the custodian of a council code of conduct? Is the speaker here? Over to you, Mayor.
No, thanks a lot, Honorable Chair. Fortunately, Chair, when in our last interaction, I was part of the meeting in September. I think the incident was in Dr. J.S. Moroka, the one of a councillor when I captured the discussion the last time. Currently in our case, we don't have that incident.
Okay, my apology.
Yes,
yeah, I think it was part of the MEC's presentation overall, and then I took a decision later. But let's only focus on you because JS Moroka is that. So we'll address that matter with JS Moroka. Colleagues, is there any burning matter that you feel is not adequately addressed? Colleagues, my colleagues. Speaker Kota, you are covered by what the mayor said. Your hand was up. Is there any other matter? If not, you know, tomorrow we are meeting at 9. And we have got another meeting after SONA debate at 19 hours. Up to this time, we'd already exceeded the allocated time by 27 minutes. But I don't mind, you know, for us to proceed if you want the work to be done. So you are done for the day, you're exhausted.
We are covered, Chair.
We are covered, Chair.
We're covered.
Is Adele back?
Yes,
we're covered. We are covered, Chairperson. Thank you.
I had to do a search party for somebody.
Thank you, Honorable.
Because there's no scoper that is meeting this wee hours of the night. And thank you, colleagues. Thank you, colleagues. Let me see.
Yes, thank you, Chair.
Again.
Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you.
The meeting. I'm still closing the meeting. No, I'm still closing the meeting. I'm still the chair. MEC Msivi.
Yes,
I still want to reiterate that we want to appreciate you. Your child is sick, but you are here with us. You should be taking care of your child. And we've never had issues with you when it means you coming to account to the portfolio committee. I wish your other colleagues could learn this best practice from you. We want to sincerely appreciate you. Also to encourage you, as you've closely said, as you were closing, that just do your work without fear or favor. Because in other instances, you find that when MECs are supposed to act, they don't. So we want to encourage you that you continue to do what you are doing as legislated by the Constitution. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. The documents on petition, colleagues, are thick. So you're still going to read, Good night. Till we meet at 9 tomorrow. Good night.
Night. Thank you very much, Chair.
Hello, Brian.
All the best for
Hello,
your
Chairperson.
Good night,
Chair.
Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Good night, Chairperson.
Good night, Chairperson.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Chairperson. Mamukwena.
Hey, you and Chairperson hairstyle. Wow. Bye.
Bye-bye.
The exclusive hairstyle of African
Yes,
women.
you and Chairperson. I've joined Zozi Bini, and then when you have joined Chairperson, that's that.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
And we have seen her, Chairperson, she looks very beautiful.
Hey, Chairperson.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, she looks.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello, Uncle.
Hello, Uncle.
Baba Mpumza.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, my sister, and you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Aha, Baba Mpumza. Ninja.
Hello, Maggie.
Ninja.
Sikhona Qabane kunjani khoma?
Kuzolunga asithandazeni nje.
Makulunge man, makulunge Maggie.